Are you being scammed by nutritional supplements, nutritional shakes, too good to be true, all-encompassing supplements? You're going to want to watch this video. Dave Palumbo here with an RX Muscle rant. I can't tell you how many people contact me on a daily basis and show me these, quote, all-purpose shakes, asking me if this is something they should be using between greens and this and that and superfoods. I'm sure you guys watch a lot of YouTube videos, and prior to the videos, a lot of times there's commercials, right? And, you know, I did a funny rant about a week or two ago about, you know, having sweaty balls because, you know, Manscaped has to, like, you know, come out with a, you know, penis deodorizer essentially for men. Everything's for men right now. The latest thing that I see all the time on these pre-roll commercials is Kachava. Have you seen this? Kachava, like the super, it's like the all-purpose, make you amazing shake. You can get burn body fat, you could build muscle, you could be healthy, you can overcome diseases and illnesses and you know, bump up your immune system and cure COVID. This shake, you know, promises to do everything, which reminds me, it's like a harken back to, remember Ovaltine? I'm dating myself, I know. This was even early in my years, Ovaltine. Ovaltine was like the first, like, I guess, health shake that they sold, you know, to the masses. And you put it in milk. It was basically flavored milk, basically, and they, you know, they still sell Ovaltine. I went and looked it up, and I wanted to see what the hell was in it because I couldn't remember. And I actually looked it up, and the first ingredient is sugar, and which is ironic. And then they actually have a little bit of whey in there, believe it or not. And there is some non-fat dried milk, but it's very low amount. Most of it is sugar. The first ingredient, sugar, maltodextrin. They throw literally a sprinkle of vitamins. There's so few vitamins in here that they can't even achieve 100% of the RDA recommended daily allowance, which we know is like ridiculously low. Matter of fact, they're like at 10% of that. So there's like virtually no vitamins or minerals in this thing, but they have just enough to kind of list it on the label. And if you look at the 2 tablespoon serving size, you're supposed to put 2 tablespoons in milk or something like that. There's like 0 protein. There's like 9 grams of carbs, which is 7 grams of sugar, essentially. And then, of course, you know, you're adding it to milk, so milk's going to add some protein to it, but then you get the lactose from the milk. It was something like that. Like I said, it probably had it was like basically like chocolate milk that was glorified to be good for you, but it really wasn't, because there was really nothing in there of any value whatsoever. There's molasses in there, anything that just made it sweet. It was like a flavored milk that was marketed as being basically healthier than chocolate milk. In which case, it wasn't really much healthier, so you might as well drink chocolate milk. So we used to get the Nestle's Quick, and we would mix it in the milk, and we would drink it. Nowadays, this Kachava thing, it's whenever you see an advertising blitz like this, with like every video you put on is Kachava this, Kachava that, join the revolution, join the, you know, it's like they want you to be a part of the club, so to speak, you know, of being healthy, and you have to immediately question, you know, the validity of that. So I pulled the stats on this thing, and it's like, it's definitely better than Ovaltine. Let me get you. We'll start right there. But there's supposedly 25 grams of protein in there, but the protein blend starts off with yellow pea protein, and that's about the best source of protein in there. And that obviously we know plant sources of protein are really not that great. But and then there's like rice proteins and you know, quinoa and you know, all these different grain proteins, which really don't really do anything in the body. You know, it's better than eating, you know, carbs, of course, but it really isn't too much. As far as carbohydrate content of these things, it's not that bad. It's 24 grams of carbs. Obviously, if you're on a carb-free diet or a low-carb diet, you're not going to want to put this into your body. It's only about 6 grams of carbs, which is, I mean, of sugars, which is kind of similar to Ovaltine, I guess, in a sense, but you're not mixing this with milk. I hope you wouldn't mix this with milk. There is some coconut milk in here. I like it because it's basically dairy-free, so it's not that bad, I guess. But if you go down the list and you start looking at the enzymes that they have in there, and the probiotics and the superfoods, the super green complex is 500 milligrams. So that's not even a gram. I mean, there's nothing that's going to do anything in there. The probiotics are like 50 milligrams. There's nothing going to do anything in that. Probably in powdered form, it's probably not even active. There's like an adaptogen brand, which is a blend, that's got some mushrooms, but it's only like a gram in there. The omegas don't seem like, if you look at those, you got 11 grams of omegas in there. So you're like thinking, wow, that's pretty good. The problem is they're all plant omegas, and omega-3s coming from plants don't convert efficiently in humans to active form, the DHA, EPA. We've talked about that in the past. So it's only a 10% conversion. So yeah, you're getting 11 grams of the stuff per serving, but you're only getting really 1 gram that's going to convert to usable form. So that's a joke. And then the antioxidant superfruit blend, that might be the best thing in here. They got a bunch of like, different like berries and dark berries and strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, and the berry extracts, and they got about 5 grams of that. That's probably the best part of this whole shake. So, but if you look at the vitamins, once again, the vitamin mix is really kind of pathetic. It's very, very low on dosages. So all the vitamins they list and minerals, you might as well just ignore. So you're basically paying for a berry extract, product. And people will say, well, it's better than nothing because I don't really eat in the morning. Well, it is better than nothing, but it's really not that much better than nothing. You can go and get a whey isolate shake, and use that and put that into, I like to put it in water, but I'm saying you could even put that into like an unflavored coconut milk if you had to, or an unflavored almond milk or something like that. That's not the end of the world. You're wasting your money. The problem is that they're marketing a very expensive product that doesn't really have a lot of wow. And so when people ask me about these products, I'm like, go use Ovaltine. It's a lot cheaper. But it's a joke. I'm saying it as a joke. But really, these things are gimmicky. And gimmicks are not going to do anything to really give you any added benefit as far as health goes, as far as your physique progressing to the next level, and you're spending a lot of money. And then what you're not doing is you're not using that money to buy the stuff that you really do need. A good quality multivitamin, multimineral, essential fatty acid supplement coming from, omegas that come from animal sources of fat like fish oils and stuff like that. So I think a lot of people skip the good stuff because they're buying gimmicky stuff like this because it's flashing in front of their face on YouTube and on social media. And look, I get sucked into these little Facebook and Instagram little ads that are all up all the time. I don't fall for the supplement ones because I'm too smart for that. I fall for the other ones that I don't know that much about, like, wallets that they're selling that, have secret compartments in them, and all the other, toys for my kids and stuff like that. All the little gimmicks that you buy and my kid breaks them in 10 minutes after they start using them. But we're talking supplements here. Don't fall for these gimmicky things like this, like that. If you're a person who works out, who wants to increase muscle mass, who wants to decrease body fat, who wants to improve their health, there really isn't an all-in-one product. It would be cost prohibitive to put the high amounts of good quality supplements that are actually absorbable and actually the stuff you need in one product. It's just not viable, and that's why no one does it. So what they do is they make these cheap knockoffs that have like a lot of different ingredients in them, but nothing has an effective dose, and most of the product is window dressing. This Kachava product is the window dressing is that it's got a lot of healthy ingredients in it. Problem is they're really not there in large amounts, and the ones that have a decent amount are not expensive ingredients. So they're trying to sell it based on that. You don't need to pay whatever they're charging for this stuff for pea protein and amaranth protein or quinoa protein. That's not going to do anything for your physique goals. So don't get sucked into something that sounds too good to be true, because it usually is. Stick to the cores of what you know. If you like to do a shake in the morning or after you train, get a good quality whey protein isolate. Notice I haven't even mentioned my supplement because this is not about me. This is about just don't get taken advantage of. Use a good quality whey isolate. If you want to add some good fats to it, you can add like an all-natural peanut butter. You can put a tablespoon of macadamia nut oil in there. You could put coconut oil in there. There's so many things you can do. If you want to use a superfood mix, go get like a pure green. If you go get a pure greens or like blueberry extract product, it's not going to have a lot of taste. It's not going to taste very good, but you can throw that into your shake And it's not going to add, a ton of sugar, and it's not going to add a ton of stuff that you shouldn't have in there. So if you like to make, your own super shakes or superfood shakes, you can do that on your own, but buy the ingredients individually and do it, because number one, it'll come out cheaper in the long run. Number two, you're actually going to be taking effective dosages of the stuff. And number three, you can customize what you want in there. Instead, I don't want pea protein in my cassava. I want whey isolate. Why can't you put that in there? Well, they're not going to put that in there because it's going to make it too expensive, and they're not going to make enough profit on it. And that's just the reality of marketing and sales. I mean, I'm in the supplement business for a long time now, and I can tell you the prices of raw ingredients are really high right now, and that's why you're seeing an increase in the retail pricing on every place. Even Amazon, any place you go, it's going to be higher than it's been the last year or two, because prices have gone up, and companies will go out of business if they don't raise their prices too much. We haven't really raised prices very much yet, because I don't think we've raised them at all yet, which is kind of stupid on our part. But, when you sell, mass, amounts like to places like, Walmart, which I don't, you have to definitely raise prices, because you'll go out of business if you're selling so much and you're almost not making any profit on it. And that's just the way that society is going now. So what you're going to see is a lot of new Ovaltine-like products coming out, because it's going to appeal to mainstream America, who says, oh, I could afford that, and it looks like it has everything I need in there, so I'll just use this and then I feel healthy. It's the old one-a-day Centrum multivitamin, Flintstone vitamin approach. If I'm taking a vitamin, even though it's only one a day, at least I'm taking something with all of my essentials in it. Yeah, but you're not taking anything that has any effective dosage in it. But if you psychologically feel better doing that, then do it, but you're really not getting anything out of it. So as performance athletes, where we want to maximize what our bodies do, we can't fall for that hocus pocusy stuff that's out there, because we know better than that. That's why we look better than 99% of the rest of the population, because we know how to eat, we know how to supplement, we know how to do things the right way. And for those people who are just getting into the industry who might be watching this video, hopefully this is eye-opening and enlightening, so you see, don't be taken by advertising blitzes that are out there, because when you see something that's too out there and they're spending enormous amounts of advertising money, there's no way that the product can be that high quality, because they couldn't afford to do a product that has mass appeal like that. So if you want to be part of the elite in terms of how you look athletically and how you are health-wise, you're going to have to get elite products. It's just like the same thing. Some people are happy driving, a Honda. And that's great if that's all you can afford. But the people who want to have a driving experience and who have the wherewithals to be able to buy a car that has, that's on a higher scale, okay, will do their research and find out which vehicles are the highest performance vehicles that are going to give you the most value for your money. And that's just the way the world works, So don't be naive. If you want to look your best a certain way, you got to go for the highest quality ingredients. Don't be bamboozled by advertising. There's nothing more that I could possibly say at this point other than open your eyes, ask questions, and don't be taken advantage of. I'm Dave Palumbo with an RX Muscle Rant.